You know what I mean?
They better be fresh.
Yeah, better your ingredients are, the better the final product is going to be.
Dude.
So, like...
I'm going to reference real quick. I have complete faith in Josh as a human. I do. I don't say that about many people, do I?
I appreciate that.
Josh is not only a great dude, he's also understands things, and I think you have a load of potential. If John thinks you got a load of potential with what you're doing, I don't really understand this shit, but you're a smart kid.
Thanks, bro.
Book some time with Josh.
Yeah, might as well at this point. 914-400-9959. I'm Josh Schuback, and this is my golden hour.
Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the 4 deer nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the fire deer attacked. Only Derek, master of all 4 elements, could stop those boys. But when Boston needed him most, he vanished into the enchanted Golden Deer Forest.
Season 4.
All right, so quite clearly for everyone watching, this is a new audio video setup going on. Don't know how I feel about it, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's not the best.
I like to come in here with efficiency and prowess and masculinity, right? We got Bix in the building. Bix, spin on up. So listen, as you know, besides the fact you're my step bro.
You can't have people thinking that, bro. You can't have people thinking that. That's not real. That's not real.
This is my biological stepbrother. What? I'm actually very excited to run this. Not only because it's a continuation in the Phoenix Down sub-series we've been running.
Love that.
But also because what's very interesting is that my stepbro, and I'll introduce you, is pretty much like, how do I say it? He's on the technical end, a prodigy in Boston, which is like very interesting because it speaks to the music market in Boston. It's the fact that like you, how old are you, 21?
Yeah, I'm 21.
The fact there's a niche for you to fucking sneak in, and like you just started. Isn't that shit crazy?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, and like I feel like I just got in at the perfect time because like I showed up here about a year ago now, and at the time it was just John Scott like running the studio. So whenever he
intern gang.
whenever he had free time, I would just steal it. You know what I mean? And make him teach me shit. So like,
I know, but what I'm saying is like I don't think this could happen in any other city.
Oh, okay,
like,
interesting.
Bro, it's like since Boston's such a baby, like this is really the face of audio engineering. This is the prodigy over here.
Yeah, I mean,
you like when I say it like that, man?
Yeah, it definitely is pretty dope to hear somebody say that. But like, I totally see what you're saying because like the scene is so established in other cities, so like you couldn't really have somebody come up and like make noise because there's already so much shit going on. So
but
like Boston provides that opportunity.
Exactly. But there's also Matt. Here, let me introduce you properly. This is Josh Schuback.
Yo.
You want to just tell the kids who you are and give them a little quick synopsis?
Yeah, my name's Josh Schuback. I'm 21 years old. I'm an audio engineer.
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt. I think we got to pick your gain up a little bit. Would you agree?
Yeah. I could do that.
So Josh is the audio engineer. He'll do it. He's the one finessing the new space. Thank you, bro. Yep. Yo. That's a little better, right?
Hello.
Yeah,
that's way better.
Okay. So yeah, give him a quick rundown of who you are.
So yeah, I'm Josh Schuback. I'm an audio engineer and producer at Phoenix Down Studios. I've been here for about a year now. Done a ton of sessions up until this point. Love hip hop music, and I hope to keep working in the music industry.
Josh is also sidebar, which is something I'd like to start off talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Josh attends Tufts. Great school. Congrats.
Thank you.
I went to Providence College. Great school, but academically not as great as Tufts. So what I also think that just speaks to what's going on in the city because like, bro, you have all this responsibility in the studio, and also you are a full-time student at an extremely prestigious university.
Yeah, it's a lot sometimes, man. I'm not gonna lie. Last semester was tough. Like, just figuring out how to balance the two, because like John definitely expects a lot. And like this is kind of my room. Like,
I know.
Ultimately, I'm responsible for the shit that happens in this room.
That's fire, though.
Yeah, it's dope, but it's just a lot of responsibility all the time, you know? Like, I'll get phone calls at 2 a.m. from somebody in this room. How do I do this? How do I do that? So, like, dealing with that, and then the pressures of homework and tests and just being a college student.
So whack.
Yeah, it sucks sometimes.
Terrible.
But hopefully, I'm trying to graduate early.
Oh, yeah, how much you have left?
I got, hopefully, one more semester next fall.
Oh, word. So
and then that's
early.
it. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, that would be hype. And then just
you could plug some shit away over the summer, though, too, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to... Wait, what do you mean?
Like, you could take online classes over the summer.
I could, but I only... After this semester, I'll only need 4 classes. So I would rather just, like, be here all summer. Which I did last summer, which was dope.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't think you could fit in a class?
Like, I could, but I just honestly don't want to.
You don't want to.
Yeah, like, once summer starts,
Jack was the same way.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take classes when school ends. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like,
it's like a weird bind.
I've had friends. Yeah, I've had friends.
You want to be done so bad, but you don't want to do it.
Yeah, like I have friends who did that, and it always goes poorly because you're like having a good time in the summer. You like, get a little fucked up. It's like 7:30. You're like, fuck, I gotta take this online test.
That's like, holy shit, this is.
It's not gonna go well.
So when was you initially coming to the studio?
So I had a music professor at Tufts, and I told him, look, I really want a music internship this summer.
You were taking, like, you were at a focus in music or like a minor in music?
I was a minor in music, thinking about doing a major, and ultimately not, because I learned way more here than I did in any classroom. But
no way.
Yeah, who would have thought? But yeah, I told this professor who's lived in the area for like 40 years, like, give me any contact you can think of. So he hooked me up with like 20 studios that he's heard of.
Fire.
First one I called, Phoenix Down. John picks up.
Wow.
And you know how John is, just like, yeah, come in for an interview. So I finally...
Had he ever given an interview before that?
Yeah, so it seemed like the first time. That's interesting, because that's what I said to him. I was like, have you ever interviewed somebody before? He's like, oh yeah, I've had plenty of interns. I've had interns open up their own studio. I have interns in bands. I was like, word, okay. Like,
He said initially that, like, you guys were not vibing.
No,
right?
Yeah, that's very true, damn. So I came in for an interview, and I was mad serious, brought a printed out copy of my resume.
You were being a Woody boy.
Yeah. And
that's hilarious.
I walk in, he's just like smoking a joint with this client mid-session, and he's just like, come in, bro. And I was just like, yes, sir.
It's nerve-wracking the first time you come in.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was walking into. You walk in and you're in this like fucking
I know, and it's like we're both as white as they come. You're coming into the studio that potentially has mad dudes from the hood in it, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, I definitely was mad nervous and like didn't know what was going on. And then John just like didn't ask me any questions. He just like kind of looked at my resume and was like, word. So
you literally handed him a sheet?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And he just like puts it on the desk and doesn't look at it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and I was so scared, bro. For like the first month I was here, I would just watch him and not say a word.
Oh, and so he was probably like, dude, this kid has like a terrible energy to him, right? That's probably what he was saying. He was like, this kid's like a plague. Because in the studio, it's a creative, like, process.
Yeah, everybody's always contributing. We're like, adding energy. There's always like, it's hard to explain, but the second you walk in here, it's different than being out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a completely different vibe.
And what was like your maturation process? He's teaching you Pro Tools?
Yeah, so it was literally...
So you had no Pro Tools experience before this?
I never used it before I came in the studio.
Then what type of audio engineering experience did you have?
None. I was making beats in my dorm room, and I made EDM music with my friends.
So until a year ago, you didn't even know you wanted to, or you were good at engineering?
I came into college saying I knew I wanted to do music.
Yeah.
Didn't know how, though. But I knew, like, I couldn't do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't put in the work.
What's your major at PC? I mean, at Tufts?
Right now, it's econ.
Ugh.
I know.
You're probably scraping your eyes out, bro.
It's tough, dude. It's just...
Well, what I'm trying to say...
It's hard to see, like, something I'm working towards with that.
Well, bro, I feel you. Like, I told you this mad times, dude. At PC, like, I was one of the worst marketing students. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the shit they give you in the classroom is not the shit that's going to happen in real life.
I know. Not only that, it's not life. It's not, and especially someone who's known for a while, I'm speaking to both of us, that like you want to self-start and do your own thing.
Yeah.
When you reach like a higher education, you're like, holy shit, they're really just like totally channeling as many people as they can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are a bunch of your friends going corporate?
Yeah. Like all my friends.
Yeah.
I live in a house with 7 other dudes, and all 7 of them are.
Enjoy it though. That shit's fun though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's dope. I mean, like I love a lot about college. And like
so the social life you fuck with.
Yeah, I love I can't think I live within 10 minutes of all my friends.
That's fire.
Yeah, like that never will happen again. You know what I mean?
I know that shit's fire.
And like most of the time, we're not that busy. I mean, like I'm busy now, but you know what I mean? Like the first 2 years of college. It's just
and the one thing you'll realize is when you leave, you're going to be like, wow, school's always been on my mind. It's always been occupying my mind. Holy shit, I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, and you know what's weird with that? Like you get so used to the school calendar with like school starting in September and ending in May.
Yeah.
That like sometimes I'll even hear John like he'll be like, "Oh shit, school. Wait, no, I'm not in school anymore. I don't have to give a fuck that it's September."
I know, literally, bro. That's like real shit. It's weird. It's like when you're in school, at least the way I felt, I was like, yo, I was playing this game by years. Like I was marking the kids that were at school. I was playing this game like, okay, like I have September to May to do something. Over the summer, like I'll work hard at something, blah blah blah. But when you're done, you're like, holy shit, I have mad time to do shit I want now.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, dude. I can't even tell you.
It's very liberating.
Yeah, I mean, like, so back to like the thing with me meeting John. He didn't fuck with me for a month, and he told me that right away, which is like another classic John. Yeah, after he started fucking with me, he was like, you know, I didn't really fuck with you when you first came in.
That's what he said, bro.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, okay, like cool.
He loves you, bro. He like loves you.
Yeah, I love him too, man. He's like I can't like I
that's
like,
my big bro.
I say he's taught me everything I know, and people are like, oh yeah, but like he's literally taught me everything.
I'm
I
sure.
know. You know what I mean? Like I am just like a child of his knowledge.
Yeah, so that's the thing. If he's your big bro and I'm your step bro, what does that him make to me? I guess he's my big step bro. No, I guess he's kind of my cousin. You feel me?
I guess it's more like a cousin vibe, but
yeah, more of a cousin vibe. It's like, damn, Butch Bonnie, you kind of doing your thing out of the studio, bro. Thank you. You're not really like fully affiliated like with all the other stuff that's going on here, but yo, you're my cuz. I got you. Your family.
Yo, I never really looked at this. That's mad funny though. Geechee signed the table, number 29.
Geechee.
It's Geech.
What's it? I got my blunt on full. I got my cup on lit. Yo,
you know, have you heard what he's up to, right?
He's in Miami, right?
Yeah, he's just bulling in Miami. I spoke to him yesterday. He's doing well.
Okay, good. So you come to the stew. Where are you from initially?
So I'm from the suburbs of New York, Westchester.
Where?
Armonk, New York.
Oh, Armonk.
Yeah.
That's where fucking Adam is from, right?
Who?
Shirley's boyfriend?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Is big Jewish population in your town?
Oh, yeah.
You're Jewish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. I think it's Armonk. Can you text Shaylee and ask her?
This is my high school, Byram Hills.
I think he went to fucking... Can you just text Shaylee and ask her where Adam went to school?
Mad kids go to private school around that area, so I won't be surprised.
And it's all Giants fans in your area, right?
Yep. I mean, there's Jets fans, but
it's a Giants area?
Yeah.
So how does Westchester work? It's just a big-ass county outside New York.
So, yeah, it's mostly people whose parents work in New York City.
Corporate.
Yep. My dad was a lawyer, worked corporate law. So, worked, for a bunch of different companies. And yeah, it's like
Your mom stay at home or she worked too?
She was a like part-time teacher.
Word.
So yeah, like it's a 45 minute train ride into New York City, mad easy commute. So like that's what Westchester is made up of.
So growing up in your town, were kids going to like Iona Prep, Chaminade?
Not Chaminade, but
Iona.
Iona was huge.
Tons of PC kids come from Westchester. Probably
okay.
College.
Word, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What are the other private schools? Hackley, I don't know if you heard of that one.
Sounds familiar.
Harvey.
Yeah.
But then like the public schools are also dope, which is like why a lot of people live there too, because the taxes are mad high, and the public schools
you
are super
you went
dope.
public or private?
Public.
Word.
Yeah. And my town was mad. There's like 10,000 people in Armonk, so from K through 12, I went to school with the same people.
Yeah, I mean, Jack and I grew up in a town with like 4,000, 5,000 people, and then it was a regional high school.
Okay.
But so that's interesting. Your dad's a big corporate lawyer.
Yeah,
I'm assuming. And tell me if I'm wrong. He's probably pretty successful at his job, right?
Yeah, he did pretty well for himself. He actually, he's in Houston right now. Took a job down there, and he's just kind of bulling in Houston.
Securing bags in Houston.
Yeah, he's definitely getting the bag in Houston.
But was it weird for you where you're like, holy shit, my father is like successful at a very traditional career path, and I want to do something that's like totally on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, totally. And that's like not just my dad, my whole family. Like it's accountants,
I feel
lawyers, doctors. You know what I mean? That's it. Like there's no variety.
But do you have success in your genetics?
I don't know if success is a genetic trait, but I think hard work is, and I know I have that.
I know, but your genetic makeup totally has to do with your ambition and your drive. You wouldn't agree?
I think it's more about the environment you grow up in. It's like the nature versus nurture
sure.
argument, and I think nurture is way more important.
For sure. I mean, we talked about this. I feel like hard work is like the only thing you can manipulate about your circumstance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can implant that in somebody, and where it's to the point where they don't even think about it. They just know to work hard.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You think you picked that up here?
Yeah, but like I got that from my dad. My dad worked mad hard. You know, like get home at 9 p.m., leave for work at 5 a.m. the next morning, every 5 days a week.
Hustle.
Yeah, hustle. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that at a certain point, you start to understand, like, damn, I'm becoming my dad. You ever feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of fought against that, to be honest, because, like, my dad always was like, I'm going to do the thing that I know will guarantee. He was mad risk averse. So he would do the thing that would guarantee him the most safety and, like, security in his life. So, like, he's a CPA, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
like,
yeah. So
you know what I mean? Like, he always did the shit that was like, I will be able to work and make money no matter what.
Well, I bet there's a part of him that is now kind of portrayed through what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying?
I like to think so, because he loves music. You know what I mean? Like,
he
that's
probably
his
loves
shit.
what you're doing, right? It's been tough.
Yeah, he doesn't really get it, which is like part of the problem. Have you like tried explaining like audio engineering with this shit to like family members, and they're just like, are they rappers?
No, well, bro. I mean, I've had to explain so much shit to my family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you should. My earliest videos, bro. Some of them were.
Oh yeah, when you're doing the YouTube stuff. Dude.
Yeah, bro. I had to explain so much to them. I was like, no, like the thing is, if I like start making narrative and like I start kind of learning how to do this shit on my own, and like I make it entertaining, I can develop a following, blah blah blah. They don't understand the internet, and a lot of people don't understand the current state of like doing your own thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
totally, because that's a very like new generation thing, like being able to control your content and just like put it out on your
exactly.
own.
And I mean, the internet incentivizes people now to do their own thing.
Yeah, and like a lot of older people don't get that, because like all the entertainment they're used to seeing was like on the TV or the movie screen or on the radio.
And also, career path in entertainment then was so programmed.
Yeah,
like it's like you had to like kind of like get in with a label. Like, isn't that how it would work like 20, 25 years ago?
Yeah, so like most audio engineers in the past, like it's mad interesting. I was just reading a book by one of the greats, Al Schmidt. He's considered like the best engineer of all time.
Wow, who did he mix?
Dude, he like. We're talking like the goats of the goats. Frank Sinatra.
It's just like the 50s, 60s.
Jefferson Airplane, yeah, but then like he kept going. So he's worked with like everyone. I'm trying to like Ray Charles. Who else am I for? Like, damn. There's so many people that he's worked with, because he's been in the industry for like literally 6 years. But I can't
still
think.
Alive?
Yeah, he's still going. It's crazy. He's like 80-something years old.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Bro, it means you can be an audio engineer for a long time.
So he used to literally be employed by the studio. They paid him like a salary. Shit was crazy, you know what I mean? And he was kind of the first guy to be like, oh shit, I could make way more money by going freelance and working with artists or bands directly, and then getting royalties rather than being employed.
And then just like renting studio space wherever.
Exactly. And that kind of flipped
that
the
kind
whole
of
game.
mobilized all of it, huh?
Yeah, because it used to be like you were mad, like stuck in one spot, and you were just kind of stuck with whoever came in the door. And like there was a manager at the studio booking clients.
Well, no, what's also interesting is like you couldn't. I wonder how they would market themselves and their services back then. It's all word of mouth, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, even back then and still today. Like, the Instagram stuff helps, and you know that. Like, marketing yourself and giving people, like, an idea of who you are before they meet you is huge. But, like, nothing is better than somebody saying, yo, I worked with him. He's so dope. You got to, like, get in there with
Word of
him.
mouth's the most effective.
Yeah.
By far.
Because people trust that more than anything.
Well, that's just human.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? But at the same time, like, and why people show up for John consistently is because the product's fire, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's that simple. Like, people come here to make music, and John makes fire music.
I know. So, I mean, the internet should just be complimentary to all that.
Totally.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, and people...
I mean, you got to step your content game up.
I'm trying. You know, I need a new post. Maybe I'll throw this up.
Oh, he went to Ardsley.
Ooh.
What is it?
That's where the Zucker boy is from.
That's where Zuckerberg's from?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
is
don't
it?
fuck with Ardsley.
What? Oh, what is it? A rival?
It's not even a rival, just Zuckerberg went there. We don't fuck with Zuckerberg.
I fuck with Zucks.
No, dude, we don't fuck with Zucks.
Why? What's wrong with
He's
Zucks?
a scum, bro.
Zucks is a
He's
G,
just like,
bro.
he's just like this nerdy little Jewish kid from Ardsley who just like always was getting picked on, didn't have a lot of friends, so he's like, I'm gonna make Facebook and fuck all of you.
Yeah,
and
then he became the $1 billion man.
yeah, and
The
now,
bi-
dude, and he's like, he needs to own up to what he has. Like, Facebook is a monster.
Absolutely. But it'd be weird being in a position like that, dude.
Oh yeah,
Imagine having all of that responsibility.
I wouldn't do
What
it.
is he, like 35?
Is he that old? I mean, in
He might be
2004, he was in college, so
He's an animal, bro.
he's probably like 32. Yeah. around there.
He's an animal, dude. He's a beast.
So you know, his dad is a dentist in Ardsley,
Oh yeah.
and like mad teachers from my school would go to
The battle of the Jewish boys.
would go to his dad as a dentist, and they would be like, "Oh, how's Mark doing?" And his dad would always be like, "He's working on some internet thing,
Oh yeah. I mean,
Facebook."
Yeah, it speaks to what we were just talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's mad funny. But Ardsley is a dope town. It's like kind of close to the water, and it's got some.
Is that
dope
close to
restaurants.
Armonk though?
20-25 minutes.
I
I
mean,
used to play a lot of baseball there.
That's kind of how all Westchester works, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it-
I mean, there's closer towns, but like the farthest towns are gonna be like 30-40 minutes.
Word. So we were talking about content.
Right. Yeah, the content.
Well, so I get it as an audio engineer, and you would know better than I would. I get it. It's not a position where people traditionally are like openly glamorous about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Yeah.
the flash and shit. I get it, even though you're surrounded by it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, wouldn't it be beneficial for you to post more, or maybe some of your mixes and shit?
Yeah. If I had more mixes that were being released like on streaming platforms, I would totally post. That's what like most audio engineers do. But one, like I said, I'm in school right now, so I'm not working on a ton of shit. But and then a lot of the shit I works on just goes on like YouTube or doesn't get on Spotify or like Apple Music. So I don't really like need to post about that. But if there's something I like and I like the guy and it's like getting somewhat of an official release, I'm definitely gonna help promote that shit.
For sure. I mean, for you, as an engineer, you're contracted.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jack is an amazing graphic artist.
Mhm.
I'm gonna call him out on air because he just literally pissed me off.
You show me some shit.
He
It's
never.
fire.
He does not post his work. He likes securing bags.
Why
He
is that,
doesn't.
Jack?
Because he's on some insecurity shit.
Because similar to you, I don't have a lot of like finished.
This is all insecurity though. Do you know how many Instagram posts there are a day?
My whole thing though is I want each like I've thrown 3 posts up in like a month now.
Snoop, yeah, the Snoop was a tough one to start.
Yeah,
off.
I started with
How you
the
gonna follow that
Snoop
up?
pick, bro. Like, how are you gonna beat that?
How you gonna follow that up, bro?
The next picks were fire because like the artist at that time, D the Flies. Shout out D the Flies, dope,
Shout out to
fucking
the flies.
dope artist. It had like his boy who's a professional photographer come in.
What's his name? Vega
Mike's might be
or Mike City?
Mike City Visuals, I think is his name.
Word.
Viega is his manager. Is D the Flies manager.
I don't know, man. I'm just so on his.
You gotta get D the Flies up here. He's a super nice guy too.
I have not introduced myself to him yet, but
Word.
I saw him come in.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is, but I think he's pretty young, and he's got one of those voices, bro, that could just go. You know what I mean?
Fugazi.
yeah, I know you know that song.
That was mixed here.
No, that was before he started coming here. But yeah, I think he did that in Atlanta because he was with Lil Baby.
So, did you realize the state of Boston music when you started?
No, I was so like I knew nothing, bro. That's what, like when I say John taught me everything, he taught me everything I know, like about this city.
I don't
about
even
audio
think he
engineering.
knows all that's going on with music too, though. Be honest with you.
Yeah, he's got a better grip on it than most, though, because he's working with like the bigger artists in the city. Besides, like
No,
Baby.
I just mean that it's interesting
Sis.
when I come in here and I'll bring people in the back room and he'd be like, "Yo, I didn't even know that person was like, doing stuff." Because he's in the stew all the time. You know?
Yeah, that it's kind of scary because John puts in like 14-hour days, and it's back to back to back sessions in that A room.
He's a machine.
Yeah, so but like he's missing everything that's going on behind him, like out here. You know what I mean?
It's cut out for it though. You're also a social dude. Is that tough for you because it's like such an isolating process being an engineer?
Yeah, sometimes I don't like it, but it like you could talk to John about this too. It's all about the vibe that the artists bring in. You know what I mean? Like Gio, shout out Gio. Whenever he comes in, he's got his squad with him, and they're hype.
Bitches and bottles.
They're just ready to go, bro. And like you feel that energy, even if you just did a 6-hour session and your wife. If Gio's your next session, you're hype. You know what I mean? Like you're ready to go and you're excited to make music with him. Whereas sometimes an artist will come and just be like, go on YouTube, download this beat. I'm gonna rap over it. And you're just like, fuck, this 2 hours is gonna suck.
When I say isolating, I mean like it's like your work is totally on a computer.
Oh yeah, I don't love that aspect of it.
I'm sure
because like people think Pro Tools is the dopest thing ever for music. It's not. It's not the highest form of like.
What is?
The hardware gear that was popping in like the 70s and like.
That still produces the best sound.
That's debatable because like the control you have in Pro Tools is like crazy, like the way you're able to manipulate audio. But it's just like in terms of like the care and quality that went into the product, that hardware gear it was like at a level that Pro Tools is not at. Like Pro Tools, no matter what studio you're at, crashes all the time. You know how whack that is? Like to just be like, oh, we gotta wait 5 minutes and restart because Pro Tools crashed. Like you don't have that problem with.
I know Pro
gear.
Tools is the industry standard though, right?
Yeah, it is, but like it's an industry standard because it's reasonably priced and it's easy to use, not because it's the best.
Easy to use or easy to learn?
I would say both.
Yeah.
It's not crazy hard to learn. And then like in terms of use, like
I'm just gonna move this just so that's a little bit.
Like you do it 10 times, you got it. You know what I mean? Like I could teach you how to
record. Took you 10 times? That's it?
Yeah, after 10 times recording, I felt like pretty comfortable.
Pretty fire.
But to be fair, I watched John for hours and hours and hours before I even recorded somebody for the first time.
Isn't it crazy though? Like, probably you didn't even know you had the skill. Well, did you always have like kind of a technical mind?
I was always good with computers.
Yeah. I
mean,
that's probably a standard.
I was like that kid in 5th grade when the teacher would be like, something's up with the computer. Josh, come fix it.
I feel you.
Yeah. So like I always kind of had a knack for these things.
So you like understand processing and compressing and memory and RAM.
The way I always thought about it was like it's going to do what you tell it to do. And if it's not doing that, then something's wrong. So that's the way I always kind of looked at it.
Well, can you help me figure out the audio drift? Because I hope to God this doesn't happen again.
Like goddamn audio drift.
It's terrible, bro.
Yeah. So.
Bro, no, I've been on. Shout out Kyle. Kyle, I hope you see this. I've been on. I don't know what he looks like. I've been on the phone with a guy at Apple named Kyle. But he's been slaving over the case, bro, because like he's like the highest level in the pro apps. He's
really
like the top dog at pro apps,
and he doesn't know what's good with it.
He has no clue.
Is it
rebought Logic, re-downloaded Final Cut.
So like the first 30 minutes of the audio will be fine, and then it starts drifting.
It's about 10 minutes.
10 minutes in.
It's every 10-minute increments. So then I'll drag it over right after 10, cut it, drag it over, cut it.
But damn.
I mean, I like to run this efficiently, so all I'd have to do after this is just drag the audio over with the video.
Did you ask the big dog?
Big J?
Big J.
He says it's like a total novelty in recording. Nobody knows why it happens.
That kind of sounds like a BS answer from him, I'm not gonna lie.
I think he was busy. He's like, my knee, my neck.
Is he sleeping here right now?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Word.
So you come to Stu, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a year ago.
Yeah. But you gotta understand, it was so different when I showed up. Like, I don't think you guys all realize that. It was literally just me and John all day. There was no one else here. Alex was here. I don't know if you guys know, but Alex was the engineer who ran the B room before everyone else showed up, and John had to let him go because shit just wasn't working out. But they were mad separate. They didn't talk really all day. So it was just me in the room watching John and clients coming in and out. And he wasn't as busy as he is now.
None of the interns?
I was the intern. I was the one cleaning up and doing all this shit. And then when I was done cleaning up stuff, I would just sit next to John and watch him work for hours and hours and hours. That was my job this summer. I had like a job at Tufts to make some money. But like I told my parents I was working at the studio. Well, that meant I was just watching John use Pro Tools for hours every day.
What was the job at Tufts?
I had this
gym type thing?
No, that probably would have been better than what I did. I had this job as like a front desk employee for like the Tufts summer program. They coordinate all like the summer college programs Tufts runs.
Word.
And I was like the front desk, like the first face people saw. But like they didn't tell us the shifts would be whack. So like I would have like a midnight to 8 a.m. shift.
It's cheeks.
Yeah, I was like hallucinating.
And it's the school as your employer.
Yeah,
Wow.
I might as well say this. I got fired at the end of the summer.
They canned you? Why, you just stopped showing up?
Yeah, I was just coming here, and my boss loves me. She still loves me. She like hit me up to work again for her this summer.
Say, but you know
I was
I
like,
gotta
absolutely not. But
So
at
you
the end
said,
of
I
the
got to fire you.
yeah,
right?
I was like, no, it's totally cool. Like I get it. I didn't show up like 3 times in a row.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, John loves that story.
Is the Tufts community fun in the summer?
Some
people liked it at PC. I thought it was like a barren wasteland.
at first it was weird because you walk around campus and it's really nice and no one's there, and it kind of feels like haunting in a weird way.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
But then I got used to it, and like to be honest, I was here most of the time. But like I remember 4th of July was lit. There was shit going on, and it was fun.
Same shit as PC.
Yeah, like I don't know, there's just completely different atmosphere in the summer because kids are like they're not stressed. That's really what it is. School brings so much stress, especially at Tufts.
The Tufts brings a lot of stress for sure.
Yeah, like it's a huge problem. Like Tufts like talks about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like because you guys give us so much fucking work. Like that's what it is.
I know, and it's just not. I just can't even get into it. It's just
We could spend 3 podcasts talking about
school.
the college.
I
Yeah.
know. So, how was the studio's? What was the progression of its growth from now to? I mean, from when you started to now.
So over the summer,
Just more and more interns and help came on, or
no, it kind of happened all at once. Was the interesting part.
when the podcast started? Is that when everything started? I'm serious though.
Oh,
That was like early October.
yeah, that would be about the same time. So at the end of the summer is when Geechee and Carleb came to the studio, and at first,
How did Dodge find this place?
bro, I have no idea. I have no idea how he does anything. To be honest,
Bro.
Hey!
My boy.
Yeah, the other day, you know how like he sees anybody he knows and he gets so hyped.
That's my guy.
So there was like 6 of us setting up the new shit in the B room, and we all FaceTimed him, and
He started having a seizure. Bro.
we all just passed around the camera, FaceTime, showed him our face, hung up, passed it to the next person, and he was freaking out. He's like, "Why are you guys doing this to me?"
That's
He
hilarious.
was getting so tight.
bro.
Because every time he saw a face, he'd be like, "Hey, oh no!"
Highs and lows, bro.
Yeah, just bringing him up and down.
That's
But I
hilarious.
don't know how he found this place. I don't know how Geechee found this place. But they just like walked in. Geechee's like, I don't know. Geech walks in. He's like, I've done over 100 sessions. John's like, all right, cool. Like, use Pro Tools. And Geechee's just like,
Oh, bro. I know that's what he said. He's like, yeah, Gigi kind of he kind of exaggerated his experience before he got here.
yeah. I don't, dude. There's gotta be a word that's like more lied. You just lied about it. Can't even say
He's
exaggerate.
still here though, right?
I mean, no,
Were you here the day I came in?
no, I don't think so.
You weren't.
So yeah, that's the thing. I had like a lot of shit going on in school and outside in like my personal life last semester. So I took like 2 weeks off, and I come back after 2 weeks.
She was
Max
just
is here.
absurd.
Adam's here. You're here. That guy Barrels was here.
Barrels.
Barrels was that engineer who was here for a hot minute. He went crazy though, and John had to let him go.
I don't remember him.
He was mad sus. He was here when like the YSL guys game came the first time.
Oh, word. Okay.
But yeah, I came back after 2 weeks, and I was mad flustered because I was so used to it being me and John, and like the at the end of the summer.
You got in a groove.
Yeah, that was kind of when I started doing sessions. I literally July 17th, first time I ever did a session. Tony Spinola, the guy,
Yeah.
and he was mad chill.
In this room or A room?
A room. I never worked in here before like September. All I knew was
and this fuking room has changed. 10
Yeah.
Huh?
yeah, 10 times over. But like I came back after that 2 weeks, and all these new people were here hustling hard, making this shit go. And I didn't know what my role was. I felt mad, like insecure. I was like, do I still have a place here?
Yeah.
And then like I just grinded it out, came back over winter break, put in the work, and like back now.
Nice, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I've seen this place change so much in a year, which is wild. Can't wait to see what happens in the next year.
That's what I was saying. I just felt like I don't know if it was synonymous with the show growing, but like I was just like, damn, bro, the show's growing like kind of fast. It's still really growing, but and then I was like, the studio kind of seems like it's growing fast as fuck too.
So I kind of see it as like John is bigger than the studio. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And he uses the studio, and the podcast uses the studio, and like the growth kind of all 3 of those things kind of like intertwines and works in harmony. Like they're all growing together.
I know, for sure. I mean, like, I just didn't know. Just when we started, I just didn't know if that was the nature of the studio.
Oh.
But I started to realize, I was like, damn, no, things are like, they had like Atlantic meeting here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Atlantic A&Rs were here. YSL was here. Trippy Red. Snoop, bro. Like.
I know, like crazy talk.
Yeah. Like, hopefully, it's getting to the point where, like, I don't know if you know, but Juicy J's artist was in here last night.
What was his name?
AZ, I think.
Henry AZ, right?
Yeah. From 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Just killing it.
The white kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a show at the Middle East.
Okay, but
Was his manager here too? I don't know if
he might have been.
I don't know if he had a show
Name is?
recently. I don't know if he had a show recently. I know he had one over the summer that
Okay.
the promoter hit me up.
But yeah, he works hard and he had some dope music. But
Word.
like, it's getting to the point where it's just more and more label people in here. You know what I mean?
That's fire.
Yeah, which make things easier to run, more official. Like shit's booked in advance.
I mean, you and I both know there are certain things about the studio that has to change for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, yeah.
But that's one thing. It's like I'm learning about like the nature of studio life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like I've been in other studios. This one's obviously the most loosey goose for sure. But like,
but we get shit done.
no, for sure. But I think that just kind of speaks to the environment of the studio that there's all these moving parts.
Yeah.
I think it kind of helps, don't you?
I
The
love
chaos,
the atmosphere.
The chaos.
Yeah, like I thrive on that.
I do too, for sure.
Yeah.
Jack, do you?
Jack doesn't like the chaos.
No,
It's okay.
he wouldn't hang around me if he didn't.
He
like
could just
it,
draw in the corner. No.
Dude's pissed.
But yeah, that's like a lot of that has to do with the way John runs it. And John, you know, is John, and he's pretty loose. But I
Chaos.
love that, bro. Like I love that, like, cause you know what I mean. No, you never really hear the word no in the studio. Like the answer is always let's try that, and that's super cool. And like hopefully,
Except
you know,
don't light candles. No.
don't light candles in the studio.
Don't do that.
No candles.
Don't do that.
No candles unless you're Snoop.
You lit one?
Yeah.
Charlie, yeah, you can do it. No,
I love you, Snoop. Hopefully, like, you know, one day John's probably gonna go to LA and I'll be here. Like, I want to keep things the same way that John has them. You know, where like it's a very
You need
creative
a fire,
atmosphere.
Fire studio manager as well, though. You know what I'm saying? If you were to take full like audio responsibility, your time, much like John's, is gonna be totally occupied in that room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you look at
Ooh.
these. Camera
Boy,
can't see it.
That's why you need the sweatshirt.
You're sweating. You went out last night?
Yeah.
What are you doing that for, little bro? Step bro.
Bro, I swear to God, I was hanging out with my friend and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed early. Then my boy comes home. He's like, we got brews in the fridge. Let's go.
You got smacked.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Is what it is though.
No,
I'm feeling good
No
now.
No hangover.
No, coffee and some Dasani sparkling lime water does the trick for me.
Whoa.
I thought it was normal water. I'm not gonna lie. Just grabbed it real quick. Dunkin' Donuts. Shout out to Dunks.
Big shout out to Dunks. Big
Yeah,
shout out
yo,
to Starbucks,
securing a
too.
Dunks sponsorship would be fire.
I know. I spoke poorly on Dunks once. I did. It was like an early episode, and then I made sure I went back. I was like, no, I like Starbucks. I do. I fuck with Starbucks heavy.
I'm not a big Starbucks guy.
I love Starbucks, but Dunkin' has the dopest, strongest brand that people are so loyal to.
Yeah,
They
it's
have done
wild.
such a... Like, can you name another brand where people are like, yo, I need Dunks? Dunkin's is popping, bro.
Yeah, they really killed that.
I
shit.
like the Starbucks coffee. I love the Starbucks
Oh yeah,
coffee.
that's fair.
Clean.
Yeah,
But I mean, like, you go to like Dunkin's bacon, egg, and cheese, you're like, whoa.
yeah, for real though. Everybody at the studio like, and then what's dope is the Dunk is 24/7 here. So like,
And
No matter what time
and then
of day.
Nico got the bakery hookup.
yeah,
That's just
Nico.
fire.
Shout out Nico. Works at the studio. Dope guy. Dope producer. Makes donuts. So like, he'll come in at all hours of the days. Just like, yo, maple bacon donuts.
That's fire.
Blesses us.
I know, it's fire.
Yeah, I love Nico.
So, studio grows a lot, right? Things
Yeah.
are happening very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a certain duality you think in your life right
Oh,
now?
totally. John and I were just talking about that. There's a duality to everything. Like, we started thinking now when we think about a problem in a song, when we're engineering, there's a duality to it. There's a good side and a bad side. And if you can find something that, like, attacks both, that's dope.
Elaborate.
So, like, if I'm working on, like, I was just doing this film stuff with, like, ukulele, cello, and violin parts. And there was, like, this main cello line that's, like, played throughout the whole thing. And it was kind of, like, popping out too much at certain points, and then, like, you couldn't hear it at certain other points. And I guess the duality to that would be, like, you can't make it louder, because that wouldn't fix the problem, and you couldn't make it softer because that wouldn't fix the problem. So you got to find something that like attacks both.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Every problem kind of has two sides to it.
So when I say duality, I mean in your life. Right now.
But I'm saying like that philosophy is something I try and apply to everything. Like the idea of duality, two sides, every story,
Yin and
every
yang.
yeah, totally.
You have any tats?
No, but I'm trying to get that Phoenix down tattoo.
Oh, you want that?
Yeah, I hit up the guy on Instagram yesterday. no bullshit.
Did you see the animation? Like, me and Jack worked so hard on this animation for the studio. And we were like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm going to start recording out of the studio. We worked so hard. John was like, yeah, it's not it, man.
Oh, really? I never knew that he, like, buried it.
He was just like, nah. He's like, and then he called, I don't know who he's talking about. He said he had an Instagram intern. Is it Johnny?
It's Udo, yeah.
He's like, my Instagram intern made this. And it was the logo. But do you see the one we've been using? Have you seen it?
Yeah, and like the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
With the wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire too, right?
Yeah, they're both fire. They can both be good.
Maybe we should do that, Jack. A double logo. 2 deers. There's Derek, and then there's just like a big buck. Just mad muscular.
That would be sick.
I think at a certain point, this will mature to a certain point where we're like, yeah, let's do that.
Sketch it up, Jack.
Yeah. So, again, I want to elaborate on Jack's skills. I do. Jack is, I'm not fucking with you, works more efficiently. Listen, he works more efficiently,
Jack's getting all red
faster,
right now.
and more creative than any other graphic artist I've ever encountered. He's being soft like an artist. Like, I don't want to market my product if it's not done.
It ruins the authenticity of it.
It's like, dude, hit the road, pal. Hit up Jack at JD Bigelow 96. Is that it? Was it Jack.Bigelow? Dude, sack up and stop being a lady. Jack.Bigelow on Instagram for all of your graphic needs. He does album covers. He does
Self-portraits.
and hit up Josh. Oh, yeah, give me your plug, how to find you.
Oh, yeah. You can hit me up via the Phoenix Down phone number or find me on Instagram, Josh_Schuback.
His page is small, but his product is great.
That's true, and the page is growing. So, and if you look, the content's all fire. We got Snoop pick,
We'll get a podcast pick.
podcast pick, Jeezy pick.
Oh, yeah, who did you just do a project with?
You talking about the Crumb stuff or the Jeezy album?
Oh, we got to talk about both. The
Yeah.
Boston
George, yeah.
Boston
So
George.
John and I finished mixing this mixtape with Boston George and Young Jeezy, just Jeezy now, on it. That was pretty dope. First like label project I've ever worked on, and I learned a ton from that, bro. Because like John and I had to do all the credits, like the official credits for the label. So I learned how all that shit works.
What do you mean? Official credits.
Like who produced each track, who are the writers, who are the engineers, who recorded it, who mixed it. So like,
Oh, word. So just like a film credit.
yeah, same shit. But
so
like,
that's usually on the engineer? To do
no,
that?
usually it's on the A&R.
So then why did you have to do it?
Great question. Because the A&R who was assigned to this project got put on it pretty late, and he's like Big Sean and like all these other people's engineers, A&R at Def Jam. So it just kind of fell in John and my lap.
Pretty unprofessional.
I wouldn't say unprofessional, just like this wasn't the biggest project for Def Jam or this A&R, so like.
Oh, so you guys were like, oh, we'll just take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. And so like that included like doing the lyric. Like I had to listen to this whole project like, I'm not even kidding, probably like 50 times and write down the lyrics to every song.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I had Max and Radar help me.
What are their? Do they have like clear enough delivery?
No, they're from Atlanta, bro, and I couldn't understand like half the words. Just a foreign car whipping in the
From the hood. Whipping that soda.
Shout out Radar though, because he helped me so much. Because Radar would just be like, "Oh, he's saying that."
And then
like,
he translated it.
You know they
He's like,
use the
whipping
term
that soda.
chicken.
It means he's creating
Have
crack cocaine.
Have you guys ever heard the term chicken?
Yeah, money.
No, not for money, for drugs.
Oh, I'm trying to get that chicken. Like
no, like a chicken is like a kilo of coke.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I'm trying to get that breadbasket type shit. You feel
No,
me?
like he would keep saying a quarter chicken.
Bro,
Yeah, I'm selling a quarter chicken.
No, 100%,
you could buy the
bro.
whole chicken, but
Yeah.
I'm selling a quarter chicken.
I know. Yeah, it's like I want that 6-piece. They say that shit.
That's not Breaking Bad. Los Hermanos.
Los hermanos, los pollos hermanos.
Yeah, it's like I want to flip a chicken at the same time. I want some roast beef.
Yeah,
Same shit.
Yeah, it's on that same
He said,
shit.
yeah.
I don't even know, bro. It was just like it was 5 a.m. and we're writing down lyrics.
You were losing your mind. I've seen you on a couple tough mornings.
Yeah, there was one morning you called me. I was like, I'm going to class. You were like, you cannot go to class.
I was like, damn, bro, you seem like a wreck. You're my step, bro. You better respect our family name.
That was the night Trippy came, and I just stayed up
That's
all
fire.
night. Yeah, he was so dope, bro.
Pause.
He was so cool. He was just nice. Like, he introduced
dude.
himself. Most people don't do that.
Yeah, I feel you. You guys are also the same age.
Yeah, that's true. Like, he definitely was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, his
Weird.
team treated him like that, too.
It's weird. Getting famous mad young.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I used to think I always wanted it. I'm not even fucking with you. But then I always think I was like, yeah. At 19, I was like, yo, it'd be fire to be famous. But then I was thinking, I was like, yo, I've learned like so much shit just by eating shit.
Yeah.
Have you felt like periods here where you're like, yo, I've like really been grinding through bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally. Like, when I was here over winter break, that was a huge period of that. Where, like,
Whack.
it wasn't even whack. I was just grinding. You know what I mean? Like, putting in time, like, doing whatever was asked of me.
But have you been taking L's? I mean, to be honest.
Oh, in that sense? Yeah. First session I ever did, bro, in the A-room with John, this client wants more time.
That was Tony.
Okay. Tony's the first, like, session I ever did where he showed up, and I was, like, he knew I was going to be the
It was
engineer.
just you.
Yeah. There was a session before that where John had a client. He wanted more time, so I took him into the B room, and he kept complaining about this delay on his voice. And I turned off all the plugins in Pro Tools, and he was like, it's still there, and I was sweating bullets, freaking out.
Was there a delay?
Well, I couldn't hear it because, like, it would come out sounding normal to me, but, like, when he spoke and then heard himself in his headphones, there was a delay. Turns out it's this thing called the sample rate. Mad
Yeah.
easy fix. I didn't know at the time. He ended up leaving.
He was
'Cause-
pissed.
Yeah. And I was just like,
I know, and also it's a tough position to be in because it's like you take him into this room and they're paying like top dollar to fucking come
yeah.
mix.
Well, the thing about those mistakes is you make them and you'll never make them again.
Exactly, same shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure you've made mistakes with, like, the film stuff and the podcast.
Oh, learned the hardest way.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think I've taken more L's than on a technical end. Technical has been the biggest bitch for years.
yeah.
Question:
Yeah, and that's not your strong suit.
How does an engineer set their rate?
So I really go off what John does, and, like, I feel like my rate right now is $50 an hour for this room, and I feel like if you come in,
Is that your worth?
yeah, like, if you pay me $100 for 2 hours, I'm gonna make your shit sound good, and I think that's, like, worth the $100. You know what I mean? And you're also paying for the equipment too, like this really nice, you know,
the atmosphere.
Yeah, like, we have a great microphone that you're not gonna get in your home. We got the recording booth, we got the interface, you know, we got all the plugins, so, like, that's part of it too. Like, you're paying for the gear.
And as the brand of the studio increases,
Yeah.
as well prices.
Exactly. Like, when John started working with GZ, prices went up.
His personal price.
Yeah.
So I mean, so when you achieve certain credits, that can bump your price up.
Yeah, totally.
So it's
And
like-
when the
so
studio
it's-
gets nicer, like when John got that new desk and, like, redid the A-room kind of, prices went up.
So the biggest investment you can make as an engineer is just working with clients who have both potential and are already on.
Yeah, and there's a fine line between that, because if you just try and work with people who are already on, it's going to be tougher to make a name for yourself. What you really want to do is get on that project where that guy first makes a name for
And then
himself.
blows up.
Yeah, because that's
not really-
legacy shit.
That's not what happened with John though.
No, I mean, in his case, it was Jeezy, who's mad established. But, like, John is still thinking about that all the time. He, like, you know Stripes?
Yeah.
Stripes is, like, one of those artists who, like,
He got
could be.
signed, right?
Yeah, but he still doesn't have any music out, really. So, like, no one really knows
How
who
did that
Stripes is.
happen?
Do you not know the story, bro? You're going to love this.
No.
Stripes commented on Pusha T's Instagram, I'm going to be bigger than Drake. Watch me. Pusha T sees it, likes it, goes to Stripes' page, sees that it's private, requests to follow him, ends up DMing him, flies out here to check him out, comes to the studio, loves Stripes, loves his music, signs him. 2-year deal, or 5-album deal. 5-album deal.
That's not real life, is it?
Dude, I swear to God, that's how it happened. Gave him a 5-album deal. And now he's just like, boom.
Why would Pusha T ever do that?
Dude, he was just mad interested. He's like, who's this guy talking shit? Whose
But how many
page is
people would do
private?
that on a page?
Well, the only reason it worked out is because he heard his music. Like, before he came here, he heard Stripe's music too. And was like, this is fire.
The music was hitting.
Yeah. Have you heard any of his stuff?
He doesn't have anything online.
I mean, I have some, but I can play for you after the
Secret
podcast.
stash.
Yeah. He's got album finished, ready to come out. John did the whole thing here.
Let's go.
Finished that over the summer. And he's got, have you seen this Def Jam project that's coming out with like 10 artists on it?
No.
Steven Victor, who's an A&R at Def Jam, and a couple other guys organized this project for like 10 young artists they signed, where they put them in different studios in LA all day, every day for like 2 weeks. And the output...
Worked them to a core, sweatshop style.
Don't say that, but like for real, worked hard. And like the output of 2 weeks was an album with like these 10 dope young artists. And Stripes is one of them. If you watch the promo for it, one of the guys calls Stripes the Jimi Hendrix of rap.
That's fire.
Yeah.
So, here's a question. Let's say you and I, right, we're old men.
Okay.
Jack's long gone. I'm going first, honestly. Easily. But you and I were on some boss talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say like 10 years. We're on some swag shit.
Okay, we're not old men in 10 years, but continue.
Well, my longevity, I'll be pretty old, to be honest with you. Right? We're on some swag shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you could operate at your highest level of both business and career, where would you be? And what would be happening?
Damn. If I'm...
For a just let it mull in for a second. For a generalized question, that is a great question.
Do you just compliment your own question?
Sometimes
You
I ask
did.
Jack if they're profound. Sometimes he's like, dude, you're retarded. You're not the smartest.
So I guess there's levels to it. I want to be the best engineer in the country.
Bam!
Simple as that. I want to fucking kill this shit. I want to learn what all the greats are doing and steal that shit and then do it better.
That's like competitive. Nice.
Yeah, super competitive. And then I guess the next level on top of that is putting on other people and, working more on like the business side of things. Like Jimmy Ivy-ness, moving from engineering into producing, into like management.
To business.
Yeah. And I see myself going down that path. And that's honestly one of the reasons that like I still kind of care about school. Because like I take like finance and business classes and I learn shit that's like
I
actually
never learned a thing.
And you're killing it.
You actually learn things in business? In your business classes?
I'm taking this class right now, entrepreneurial finance.
Oh, God, it's fake. It is fake. You
Dude,
think you're learning something.
I would agree. I have this awesome professor, though, who killed it in business, bro. And, like, is like, I'm going to work you hard, but I'm only going to teach you shit that you need to know.
Yeah, so did he tell you to get a textbook?
No.
Okay, fire.
He literally said, like, the textbook that would be for this class sucks and is boring, and I'm not going to make you read it.
At the most base entrepreneurial mindset, why would you spend $1,000 on textbooks?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Dude, I'm telling
bro.
you would fuck with this professor because, like, he's all about, like, learning real shit that's practical. All of our homeworks are, like, stuff that's made by him, either from, like, his real life business experience or, like, stuff that he's made up to, like.
How are they going to teach someone how to connect with another human?
They can't teach that.
They can't!
But he can teach you, like, how the numbers work and, like, the
What's his
metrics. Frank Capesci. You could look him up. He killed it, bro, in business.
Frank Capesci.
Yeah.
Sounds like a mob boss.
He's like this skinny old white dude, super chill.
That's fire.
But, yeah, like, he teaches, like, like, this metric, when you look at a small business, like, this is, like, a huge metric.
I could see you being good with the numbers.
I'm okay. I used to be better at math, but I haven't taken a math class in, like, 3 years.
Quick math.
Quick mouse.
Quick cash app for a 4-hour session. And that's a reduced rate, correct? If you go 4 hours here?
6 hours.
6 hours when it starts reducing?
For the B room is the reduced rate. A room works a little differently.
But is it negotiable? Yes. It always is.
Yeah.
Open up new clients. It's negotiable.
I hate to say it's negotiable because then, like, you get people just ask, like, begging all the time for the cheaper rate. But depends. Depends on the relationship with the client and how long the session is and, like, a bunch of other factors.
So I want to dip back to you saying you want to be the biggest audio engineer in the country. I fuck with that. I'm glad you got that ego tip in you. Good. But it also speaks to your competitive past.
Oh.
So Josh.
Yes, Conor.
Used to be. I want to make sure I give you the right designation, but a world-renowned, country-renowned, district-renowned?
You could say country.
Country.
I was known on the coast.
Country-renowned not athletes.
No,
Right,
wait,
not-
what? Fuck you. I was actually an athlete.
Not a traditional athlete,
All right, I'll take that.
but a table tennis champion.
yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, bro. It was super cool.
Can you elaborate on that? That's an interesting fact.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either before I started playing. So I always was like good at ping pong, like playing in basements and like wherever, and, like friends' houses.
Playing
And then-
sting pong with your boys.
Sure. And then
Show off.
this guy, actually the crossword editor for the New York Times, Will Shorts is his name, ping pong fanatic. Guy loves the sport, and he lives in Westchester, and he bought a building 15 minutes from my house, and opened up a 13,000 square foot table tennis center. 20 tables, 24-foot ceilings, open all the time.
You create a gauntlet.
7 days a week. $2,000 tables, like padded rubber flooring. This place was A1.
What he was the editor at New York Times
Crossword editor. He did all the crossword puzzles.
for the New York Times.
Mm-hmm. And he has like a bunch of Sudoku books. That's where he made all his
So
money.
that's a big bag.
He made all his money writing the Sudoku. He's running like all the Sudoku books, bro.
That's such an interesting
They
career.
sell so well, people love 'em.
Yeah, especially in Asia. He goes to Asia. a
And
lot.
that's like the biggest newspaper in the world. So
Yeah, and he works for the New York Times. Like he's
Yeah.
the cross. He is the crossword guy. You know what I mean?
it does not
No,
not surprise me that the crossword guy is also
He's
a
the
table
puzzle.
tennis. He's
Yeah,
a table
it
tennis
fits so
fanatic.
well. He's like one's for the mind and one's for my body. He's the puzzle guy, is what he is.
And so he opened up this stadium of
So
ping
him
pong straight
and
up
this
the
guy
street.
who was my coach, Robert Roberts, who is a world-renowned table tennis player from Barbados, actually, and played internationally, moved to New York. Him and Robert together opened up this place with Will, like doing the financing, and Robert like running the day-to-day operations. And
So what? They just wanted to create a center for table tennis.
literally, you want to know why they did it? Because Will wanted a place to play.
And so
Because they would go to like different public places like YMCA's and shit and set up like 3 days a week. And Will was like, I just want a place. Because Will lived 2 minutes from the center. That was the whole thing. Will was like, I want a place 2 minutes from my house where I could play every day. This guy played every day. Played 1,000 days in a row.
So you did kind of what you do at Phoenix Down, and you just hit the place up, say, hey man, I want to come play.
So I went one day, and my other coach, this guy Rawl, Rawl's the man, gave me an hour lesson for free, just cause. And I was like, Mom, I have to come back. Like I have to come back.
How old are you? 16?
No, I was like 12 at that point.
Oh damn, you were at it young.
Yeah, I was 7th grade, and I think it was the summer going.
You were
to
playing
summer.
other sports.
Yeah, I played baseball and basketball and like a little soccer, but
Mm-hmm.
like baseball was kind of my shit, and then it just became ping pong.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I got the summer going into 9th grade.
So
I got really good.
Was it a traditional practice schedule, like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday? You
So-
show up for 3 hours.
Yeah, it was like me and this other kid Matt like trained together, and we had like pretty like rigid schedules. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, we're there at 4, training till like 8. We had a coach giving us drills. In the summers, we would go hard. Same shit like I do here. Like in the summers, I was there 8 hours a day, playing, training.
Yeah, this dude working.
Dude, like imagine
So
this being the
what
ping-
is training? You just play,
So,
or you do single off the wall?
No, you don't do off the wall shit. A lot of it is working like physical training, like just getting in shape. Because ping pong, the way tournaments work, you play like 15 matches a day, so you got to be able
Endurance.
to go. Yeah, exactly.
Hip mobility.
So like totally. So like if this is a table, we would do this drill where we would run from like one side of the table to the other in like a squatting position, one hand behind our back, and you just touch each side as you go, and you do that for 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
It sounds awful.
I loved it, bro. I love the like monotonous nature of it. Like it's just the same shit over and over until you perfect it.
It's kind of like engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you learn some discipline via table tennis.
totally. I apply the same shit that I learned from that to this stuff.
I have a question. When you were playing, and so you played through high school.
Mm-hmm. It was like my life, especially junior year before I went to the Olympic trials.
Are you into the Olympic trials?
Yeah, I went to the Rio 2016 Olympic trials.
Wow. And how'd you perform?
Not my best, bro. It's a sad story.
Eating you
It
apart.
broke my heart. I was playing this kid. If I lost this match, I was out of the tournament. He was up 3-0. I end up coming back 3-3 in games. It's best out of 7.
Yeah.
Deuce in the last game. My serve. I have the advantage. I win this point, move on. This kid's out. I lose, I'm out. He moves on. Toss up the ball to serve, a little higher than I normally toss it. Hits my thumb on the way down as I'm serving. pops up, kid smacks it. I'm devastated. He ends up winning the next 2 points and wins the match. Broke my heart. Didn't play for like 2 months after that.
Big tears, big tears.
Not even tears, bro. Just like sadness. You know, I was just sat there like this.
I
remember he came over to shake my hand, and I was just like, "Good game."
So what is the culture, the table tennis youth culture?
Heavily Asian influence.
I was gonna say the demographic. I'm assuming is Asian. Some Indian.
Yeah, some Indian. That kid was actually Indian. A lot of Chinese people, a lot of Korean people. Because I told my coach was from Barbados, I grew up around a lot of people playing who were from the Caribbean, Trinidad, Barbados, all the islands, Jamaica. And those were super chill guys. But then, like, I also would play, like, I had people from Germany who I knew played, Poland, pretty popular in Germany. So
who's like that? Who's the god right now? Like the ping pong god?
In the world?
Yeah.
Ma Long.
Chinese?
Yeah. The dragon, bro.
They call him the dragon?
Yeah, that's like what his name means.
Is he juiced up?
He's pretty jacked.
I was gonna say, I bet the dopest dude is just huge.
Yeah, bro. I mean, their legs are massive. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty swole. Yeah, there's a German guy, Timo Boll. The best guy of all time, though, is actually Swedish, which is dope.
What's his name?
Jano V. Wallner.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, bro, they love him in China. He like walks through China and they mob him in the streets.
That's
it's mad
hilarious.
funny. They love him in China.
So, yo, I mean, he's probably still nice, I'm assuming, right? You're probably still there.
Yeah, I played in a collegiate tournament the other week, like last weekend, and like didn't lose a match. Fucking killed it.
So what's it like? Like, what is the competition like? I don't mean to pass any sort of judgment here, but when I picture people who are really infatuated with table tennis, I picture a lot of people who are naturally more introverted.
Yeah.
And then
I would say that's not far off.
And it's a weird dynamic when someone very introverted becomes very competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally. That's really like pretty spot on. What I would say is the thing with table tennis in this country is there's no career for it. So people get really good, they turn 18, they go to college and they stop. So all the best players were
as high as you can take it.
Yeah. So like, but most of the people at the Olympic trials were kids my age at the time, 18 years old, 17 years old, 19 years old. You know what I mean? So like, I was playing like the best players in the country were kids my age that I was playing against.
Wow.
Like I was in that mix. So like, it was like you didn't have like mature adults playing. You know, it was kids, and kids get like really intense and get mad and shit.
So there are fights and shit.
Yeah.
People throwing their paddle.
People throwing their paddles, not shaking hands.
I would love to
yelling matches. Parents get involved because of course you got intense parents in every sport. It's the same thing with ping pong.
Dude, we need to start a show on that alone.
Ping pong parents?
No, just like the environment. I can just imagine it just being like all these very introverted kids, for the most part, become just crazy competitive and obsessed with a game that most see as just kind of juvenile.
Yep.
And then you have these parents who are probably really hard on their kids to be better at ping pong.
Yeah,
people don't even think that shit's real.
Yeah, it's very real. It's like, but that happens in every sport. You have intense soccer moms.
I know, but that's soccer. What I'm saying is, people wouldn't think about this in ping pong.
Yeah, they wouldn't think, but it's the same thing. And like, I've seen mad fights. There's like tournament directors. They give yellow cards and red cards in ping pong. I don't know if you knew that.
For attitude?
Yeah, like if you kick the table or like curse, you get a yellow card. So like
choke the ref.
Like my friend Sharon, who's now like the best player in the country.
He's from Westchester?
He's from Jersey, but I used to train with him in Westchester. He's 2 years younger or 3 years younger than me. He would get so pissed, and like I've seen him like kick the table, get a red card, lose the match.
Oh my god.
It's really funny. Yeah.
So what? Do you ever think about doing another whack at it?
Nah, I was so heartbroken after that Olympic trials loss.
Oh, bro, don't be a loser, bro.
I mean, I got this stuff now, but
if you still got the sauce, you still got the sauce.
I really did think about like trying to go to Europe and play, because like that's what a lot of the good kids do. They go train at
There's
like
money out there for it.
Yeah, I would have had to improve a lot, and it would have been like a huge sacrifice. So I didn't really want to put in the time. Okay. And here's the thing. Also, it's a sport you can play your whole life. So like, I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna play ping pong my whole life. Yeah.
Can I also be honest? I don't want to reveal too much because we're live, but dude, you should just start putting up mad ping pong content on your Instagram. People are gonna be like, "Yo, this kid is the fucking man. Dirty at ping pong, and he's also popping on."
Here's the thing. I like it to be a low key thing, you know, like, oh, you want to play some ping pong? Yeah,
sure.
And then I just roast them. I'll beat people with my phone.
I would love to.
We're getting a table. John and I are gonna go to like Dick's Sporting
Could
Goods.
you
and get
teach me to be better? Not even joking.
I could teach you to be better in like 30 minutes.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah. And you too, Jack.
Jack's good too.
It used to be nice.
Yeah, me and Jack used to play all the time.
Yeah. Everybody always says that. And I love that because like that's the thing. Ping pong is low key
It's
popular.
accessible.
It's so accessible and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of like everyone's like, yo, there was one summer or some shit where I played so much ping pong.
Was there ever a match where there was like a big crowd?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How big?
Maybe 1,000 people.
Wow. You win?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. There was one of my first big matches. I played this girl from Puerto Rico, and I ended up winning 18-16 in the 5th game. And because the match took so long, you play to 11 usually.
Oh, so is the thing's unisex?
No.
I mean, co-ed.
No. Usually not. But this one tournament happened to be.
Are
so,
men significantly better than women at
Yeah.
it? That's interesting too.
I mean, they're stronger.
I get
Hit
it.
the ball
I
harder.
get it. It's just, but it's a less physically demanding sport than
Totally.
traditional sports.
Totally. But like the strength still matters.
Yeah.
But at this point, like I was only like 14, maybe 15 at this time, so there were still like some co-ed events and tournaments, and because our match took so long, all the other matches had finished and everybody was watching.
Wow.
And she had like this whole Puerto Rican squad there, and I like
You were like, suck it.
yeah, that was like the first big match I ever won, and that was like an upset that I beat her because she was like playing in like national tournaments, like
Let's go.
international
Yeah,
tournaments
she,
and
probably,
shit.
she probably hates your guts, bro.
Yeah, she was tight. She was like cursing me out in Spanish. Like, Coño puta madre.
She's really lived it. Hey, can you do me one favor and just check the camera? Oh yeah, people don't know, bro. I'm glad you know now. We shoot this on a $15,000 camera.
Yeah, this camera is so big, bro.
What? 105. Nice. How have I been
Damn.
doing? I've been doing a good job.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's another dude. You've gotten so much better at this. It's wild. It's wild.
See, what's interesting is we initially, I still want to do it for the same reasons that's been happening, but like, this hosting is just kind of easy.
Yeah, that's what I say about engineering, bro. There's only 3 things you could do to a sound: change its volume, change its pitch, or change its rhythm.
In effects, right?
Yeah, and you could add effects, but that shit's just like to taste.
Just easy. It's just like, how do you facilitate a conversation? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just be
In the
good.
beginning, though, I thought you would be a little all over the place too much. You know what I mean? Like you want to hit this topic and this topic and this topic.
I still do that though.
Yeah, but now you're more natural about it.
Mhm.
You know, you kind of let the conversation go and like flow, and you don't try and like steer it too much.
I've had some bad episodes.
Oh yeah, I
looked
mean
back.
I've seen, bro.
What was the
We don't
worst
have to
one?
say names, but
What was the really bad one? I don't mind.
I don't want to say it.
I don't mind you.
I don't want to say not because of you, but because of him.
Okay, there's that.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, there's a couple really bad ones, honestly.
Studio Mike was an interesting episode.
That was a good episode, though.
It was funny,
It was entertaining.
but I think it was only funny to us. Like
you like how I
everybody
called
in
it
our-
Studio Mike?
What?
I called it Studio Mike.
Yeah, everybody's so weak, and he's just talking about like some crazy shit.
That was a really good episode.
I hope Mike's
though.
doing well, bro.
I do too. What?
I love that episode.
I actually really liked that episode. I was like, okay, good.
Yeah, we
Because
were
it was
all
just-
watching that and dying, bro.
It was just a different perspective. I was just like, okay. I was trying to deduce it, and Hector was off the sauce. So
Yeah.
Hector was off the shits. Hector was rationalizing what was going on. I was like, what the fuck? But no, it's really interesting if you look way back to some of the earliest ones, is just how much the aesthetic of the room has changed.
Oh yeah, that's a huge part of it. Like the background looks so much sweeter now.
Well, you know, we John didn't want to stick me in this room first. He wanted to stick me in the recording booth.
Didn't you guys do an episode in there?
We did 2.
That's so funny, bro. That room is so small.
It was
smells
tiny.
like shit, and the walls are all red. It's like a trip.
And then we were doing it with the table over there. Brown
'Cause
walls, brown door.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I honestly don't know why.
I mean, I kind of get it. This shit looked like crap before.
This
so-
looks professional as fuck now, though, huh?
Yeah, Max. Shout out Max, bro. We set this up one night. like-
Constructed it, yeah.
yeah, I mean, like I wasn't here when they painted everything, but Max and I like got this desk set up and like got all this gear set up, and like this room is humming now. I'm so excited.
Who's that?
I have no idea. That's what I'm saying, bro. People just show up here, and you're like, "Who are you?" Like you have to.
That's the studio environment, though. You
yeah,
feel me?
that's part of it. Well, like it's kind of a problem now because people like.
The studio is becoming very. That's Johnny, right? Does he have dreads now?
That was not Udo.
I mean braids.
No. There's no way that was Udo. But like if you're here making beats or whatever in the live room, you're taking advantage of the studio. Like, it's a business, and that's stealing time.
For sure. There needs to be more efficiency. That's
Yeah,
fine.
well,
It'll happen.
shout out John's wife, Caitlin. She came in last night.
Hooked it up.
Yeah, we just sat down and talked for the whole team sat down with her and talked for like an hour. How we're gonna improve things. What's wrong? Because John, I love John, but he's working 14-hour days. He doesn't have the time to deal with that shit or the energy.
I know, that's what I've been saying. He's just like, his studio's popping and his career's even more popping.
Yeah,
So fuck, man.
Managing the day-to-day stuff that happens here is not
It's tough.
high on his list. Yeah, and it's tough for me because I'm still in school. But like, hopefully this summer, and then when I graduate, I'm just like killing that stuff.
I think you've exuded solid leadership qualities.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
For sure. And I think, to be honest, I told John this. I think we should, and I'll help you, is do a calendar for the C room.
Yeah.
Because I have so many, and this is something, because it's tough to reach, John, but there's so many clients I have that are ready to go.
To record, or just produce up there?
Both.
Okay.
Thanks, Boat Bonnie. You're welcome, dude. You are welcome. So, listen. The studio, I'm just trying to think of, have I asked like a clip-worthy clip yet that the masses can understand? Because this has been a much more intellectual podcast than something surface level. You know how I put the clip in the middle?
You asked that great question about where you
Oh, yeah, that's a fire one. And I was like, I want to be the best engineer in the country.
That is fire, but is it applicable to the audience or to the episode? Think market.
Think market. Do you like Eric Andre?
Jack loves him.
Yeah, I love Eric Andre, bro. I hate mail!
I
hate mail!
My thing is, I wonder how he pitched that show to Comedy Central.
He definitely... Well, it's Adult Swim, so it's like...
I
they
get it.
kind of more
I
loose
get
with
it, but like, what do you pitch? There's no linearity to the show.
I think what he did was, I'm going to take the idea of a talk show and flip it on its head, and kids are going to fuck with it.
Well, but that's not even what it is.
That is what it is.
There's so much random crazy
but
shit.
that's what he's like going
I've
at.
seen him, like, eat dirt.
Dude,
on the show.
if you watch Jimmy Fallon, everything is so fake and just like...
Fallon's
and like
that
Eric
guy,
Andre's the complete opposite of that, bro. You know what I mean?
You like Tosh?
Daniel Tosh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to fuck with Tosh one.
Tosh is big grown up. I fuck with Tosh. To be honest, it's something I've learned from the show. I have a lot of respect for these hosts.
Mm-hmm.
I have a ton of respect for these hosts. Kimmel,
I fuck with Kimmel. I don't fuck with Fallon though.
What, he's just too much energy for you?
Yeah, I went to see him live once, and like,
what is that like? What's a live recording of a show like that? Like?
The first thing that happens is a stand-up comedian comes out and like gets the crowd warmed
up. It's
up.
at 30 Rock, right?
Yeah, and so like the stand-up, makes jokes, picks on people in the crowd, and gets everybody loose. And then they have these big screens that you can't see on camera that tell you when to clap. So they there's different intensities of it. It's like clap a lot now, woo, or just like clap a little, yeah. And he'll redo stuff. He'll fuck up doing his monologue and be like, "Let me run that line back." So it's weird, you know what I mean?
He says that live?
Yeah, because they film it at 5 p.m.
and then they release it at 10.
At 11, I think. But yeah.
Then the edit's got to be quick, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're sharp with their stuff.
Well, they got a
they know
huge
what they're
producing
doing.
Team.
Yeah, they have so many people working
I
on
wonder
their
if that's why podcasts have become a much more prevalent medium.
I think so.
Just because of the transparency.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I hate from those shows, and that's why I love Eric Andre, because it's
I'm going to be honest with you.
What's up, bro?
Be honest with everybody. I don't know if I want to say this on air. I might as well just say it, and we'll just see if it's a big deal afterwards. For now that we're cutting back in for reference, Josh and I we're being good dudes. We just had to cut the camera. So how was the Crumb Project? Different genre?
So different, bro.
You enjoy it?
I loved it. It was one of the funnest things I've ever done.
Music's amazing, man.
Yeah, and their music, every time we opened up a new track, I was like, I can't wait to see what they do next.
They're mad creative.
Super creative, and they're all dope players. You know what I mean?
They're
their
nice
parts
people,
are all
bro.
tight. They were so chill. Artists way less big than them, get so tight when people walk into the room and shit. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, you can't have this happening. Crumb was so chill. They were just like, what's up, bro?
Okay, here's a kind of irrelevant question, but on that note, how have you been able to navigate ego with artists?
That's interesting.
That shit's tough,
That's something I'm
right?
still learning. Because some artists want you to just be like, you're dope. This is fire. some want you to be genuine and be like, yo, I think you can improve this, this, and this.
How do you gauge that?
Record them, see how they react to their work. Because
that is Johnny.
Oh, ooh, ooh.
What's up, bro?
Mad backpacks. Looking
Yeah.
like a sus boy. Yeah, like, you could tell by recording them, because, like, somebody will lay down a verse, and you know it's not that good, and they come back in, and they're like, this is fire! And you're like, alright, so this guy's not really, like, being critical of himself and his work, and just, like, wants to think everything he does is fire. So I'm gonna kind of rock with that. But some artists come in, they listen, they're like, no, I could do that better. I could do that better. You know?
It's just weird how you gauge it, because it's like, you don't, as an engineer, you don't want to be openly critical of your client.
Yeah, in the beginning, but here's the thing, in the beginning, I would tell everybody that they were fire. I would say, that's awesome, you know?
You can't be a yes man, though, 'cause
Exactly.
you want to produce the best product.
Exactly. That's why you got to read every situation and, like, know the artist you're dealing with.
See, that's where you're gonna. That's why you're gonna be successful at this shit, because you understand people. I can imagine a lot of these dudes who are totally into their computer don't understand people as well.
Yeah,
I think
and,
that's
like,
why John's successful too.
Yeah, people don't realize. People think John's just like this tech nerd guy, but he understands people better than
He understands human nature very well.
yeah, better than almost anyone I've ever met. Like, he can really break down somebody's actions and shit and their motivations.
I know it's weird. That's just like a very. I'm sure you've probably heard that engineers probably have difficulty dealing with clients.
Yeah,
Because for the I mean, you're in a people management business,
you're working with clients, like.
but you're also working with a computer.
Yeah, and a lot of engineers, I think, get caught up in this trap where they're, like, more concerned about making sure their shit runs smoothly. So that means, like, doing things their way, and that's not what it is. You're there servicing the artist, so you got to make sure all of your shit is good to go for the artist, whatever best for them, however they want to record, you know, however they want to work.
That's all business.
Yeah,
That's all business ever.
Yeah.
You're in service of someone else.
Exactly.
People gotta get that.
and people forget that. You're like, this is my studio, you're gonna record my way, god damn it.
Well, I think artists forget that too.
Depends. Some artists do.
I'm saying the ones who I think have dealt with the ego problem is they got to realize that if they're going to be big successful, just like any art medium, you have to make it for other people at a certain point.
Yeah, you can't do it on
I
your
think
own.
Drake's just a goat, bro. He's made
Yeah.
so many.
Have you
hits.
listened to the mixtape that he threw up on, like, Spotify and shit?
Yeah, So Far Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a goat.
Well, he just put the full version up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a goat, bro.
Yeah, dude. I'm
the
so
goat.
hyped that he did that. I've been listening to Say What's Real, like, too much.
It's a goat. Congratulations, bro. He's the goat. He's the goat.
Yeah. We don't even gotta talk about that. That shit's done and done.
It's a goat. That's a goat.
Yeah. Drake's the goal. Drake and 40, bro.
Yeah, you aspire 40.
Yeah, I want to be 40.
So one interesting thing that he said way back, and I'd seen it in a documentary, which was like totally profound, but he was like, yo, 40 and I can go in the studio and we can go from start to finish. But there's no middleman. Because 40 will also make the beat.
Mm-hmm.
And 40 will also mix and master.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. You trying to get to that point?
Totally. 40 and this other guy, Mike Dean, who's like Kanye's guy and Travis's
Yeah.
guy, those are like my two heroes.
They do the production and the mixing and the mastering.
Yeah, they do everything except sing the song. And
Can
that's
you-
the way I think about it.
Can you elaborate the difference between a mix and a master?
Yeah, people fuck this up all the time, but it's mad simple. Mixing is like that process of making something sound professional, like you could hear it on the radio. All mastering is really doing is making it louder, and it's really for a whole album where you make the whole album, like every song, the same loudness, and make them like flow into each other nicely. You know what I mean? Like there's no awkward silences.
Transitions.
Yeah, the transitions, and use some special gear to make shit louder too.
So the mix is what John is doing.
Yeah,
With the
and
Pro
we
Tools, with
apply.
the lines.
Yep, that's like, you know.
So you only put a master on a project?
I mean, you can master a song. Like, that does happen. If you're releasing a single, like, you would probably get it mastered. But, like, we do, like, a rough master, which is, like, our way of using some cool plugins we have that I'm not going to say on air to get shit louder and sounding fire. Because we can get shit pretty loud now. But, like, real mastering engineers use some special hardware gear. It's the gold something, I forget what it's called. But you run their signal through that, and you can get it really loud.
Okay, I'm still a little confused.
Mastering is all about volume.
It's the same program.
No.
You don't master in Pro Tools.
No.
Okay,
You use
that's
hardware
an easy way
gear.
to distinct it.
Yeah.
Hardware gear is in like you go to Westlake and there's all those like little knobs and pushing. And
Yeah,
shit.
it's some shit like that.
Okay,
You run the audio through that, and it does some cool shit to it.
got it.
Whereas mixing
You
is
get
like
it? I'm starting to get it.
mixing is like, okay, Like
Sure,
that,
bro.
mixings like that needs more reverb. You know, you wouldn't do that in mastering. Mastering is like you take the finished mix and you're just making it louder.
Okay. No, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I can understand why it confuses people, though.
Yeah, because people will be like, yo, I just need this shit mastered, and really
Let's just
what
call
they
the
need is a
master
mix.
like the master's like the cherry on top.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
The mix is the cake.
Yeah, mix
And
is
the
like...
song is that batter.
Mix is... I always think of it like cooking, not baking.
It's like, okay, it takes my swag.
No, but like...
It's like, here's my analogy.
So
there's batter, there's a cake, and there's a cherry.
Well, let me back it up. I mean, I guess you could do the same thing with baking, but I just think of it with cooking, so that's how I'm going to do it.
Okay, so you're Chef J.
Yeah,
My
I'm
step
Chef
bro.
Jay. And, like, the writing process, the beat making process, that's like getting your ingredients together. You know what I mean?
They better be fresh.
Yeah, better your ingredients are, the better the final
Fucking
product is going to be.
crazy, dude.
So, like, you get those ingredients together, and then the recording process is like starting to mix them shits together. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's when you grab that spatula.
Exactly.
Or you grab one of those whipping
Maybe
sticks.
one of those little whisks, you know?
Oh, whisk.
Yeah, whisk that shit up.
Ooh.
No whisk.
Wait, so the writing is like you got the bowl, right?
Yeah, you got the bowl, you got your paprika, you got a little
and so
chicken
you already,
breast.
you chopped
got
up a little bit,
this.
and you like scraped it into the bowl, right? Then you get that whisk, right?
Yeah,
And this is when we're recording.
yeah.
We're gonna just put it together slowly. My wrist hurts. Where's it gonna go? Okay, what's next? What's next?
So after you got your thing ready and it's ready to go in the oven, that's the mix.
Bro, you're not gonna put the bowl into that. You gotta fucking put whatever.
I'm saying when it's ready.
Pan.
Yeah, when it's in the pan already.
So then, what's the application from the bowl to the pan?
That's the recording process.
No, you said the recording process was the whisking. Oh man!
Oh god.
You lied
The
to
recording
me.
process is like getting the shit ready to go in the oven. That's the whole recording process.
Dude, you blew that analogy.
Yo, you like tried to take control of it and fuck me over. You made recording whisking, just whisking. I never said that was it.
Okay, so all right, the mix is you put it in the oven.
Yeah,
And what's the master on your end? In your analogy,
it's like putting that little glaze on top at the end.
it sounds like a weak ass brownie.
It's not baking.
Wait, you say put it in the oven,
Yeah, you can put other things.
Put like chicken in the oven.
dude? You didn't say you're gonna put chicken in the bowl.
I never said there was a bowl. You added the bowl.
You know, you were only talking about spices and shit.
You put the chicken in the bowl.
I'm not putting no chicken in
Yeah, I
the
feel sick.
Alright.
Look kinda queasy.
I'm leaving this analogy somewhere else.
Okay.
The main thing is if you work with better ingredients, the final product is going to be better.
That's fire. Chef J. So listen, Big Boy's about to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything I didn't hit on that you would want to speak about?
No, I think we hit all our bases.
Then we reached a good point on a couple things.
Yeah.
Soon, base level. I think people got a good idea for who you are. I'm gonna reference real quick. I have complete faith in Josh as a human. I do. I don't say that about many people, do I?
I appreciate that.
Josh is not only a great dude, he's also understands things, and I think you have a load of potential. If John thinks you got a load of potential with what you're doing, I don't really understand this shit, but you're a smart kid.
Thanks, bro.
Book some time with Josh. Shout out to Sir South. We're getting him. You guys booked, right?
He's still waiting to hit him. I'm still waiting for him to hit me back up.
That's fine. He'll book it.
Yeah. Shout out South, though.
What I'm saying is I'm referring some of my closest friends to go work with Josh because I trust him. Book with Josh via Instagram. Give me your Instagram.
Yeah, Josh_Schuback. John already put my phone number on the podcast.
Oh yeah, give it again. No
Yeah,
more.
might as well at this point. 914-400-9959. Hit me up.
And hit him up to get your shit crispy. Remember, every episode, you guys know how I'm like, you come in here with a whack track, you leave with something good. You come here with a good track, you leave with something great. You come here with a great track, you leave on the charts. This is the guy that's going to help do it.
No, like, for real, I'm so confident in that. Like, I will make you sound better than you think you can. Like, I'll make you sound better than the last studio you went to. Fuck Cyber Sound, bro. I'll say it.
I've gassed Cyber Sound a couple of times, too. What to do is just, I'll just do it. Whatever. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, that's
Cyber
another,
Sounds.
it's
We
another
appreciate what
edition.
you built. So, this is how we start and end these.
Yeah, what do I say?
You know. Do you know?
I'm Josh Schuback, and this is my golden hour.
Nice. And hi. I'm stepbro Josh Schuback, and that was.
Hi,
Oh, you gotta start from the top now, but hey, I appreciate you knowing the catch line.
I'm Josh Schuback, And that was my golden hour.
Live from Phoenix Down recording. But yeah, you got to do that. This is and that was in one.
Oh, why?
Because that's what we do.
Okay. Hi, I'm Josh Schuback, and this is my golden hour. I'm Josh Schuback, and that was my golden hour.
And you're my stepbro for life.
Yeah, thank you for doing this, bro.